Hi there, I'm Danielle Kunkle Roberts, here to discuss who does and doesn't qualify for the CARES Act stimulus checks. According to the bill, nearly everyone with a Social Security number who is not a dependent of someone else is eligible for a tax-free stimulus check if they meet certain adjusted gross income thresholds, which I'll discuss in a moment. This means that if you are on Social Security retirement benefits, you are eligible to receive a check. If you're on Social Security disability benefits, you are eligible to receive a check. Even if you are on Supplemental Security Income Benefits or SSI, you're eligible. Veterans, permanent residents, unemployed people, and even self-employed people also are all eligible, and no one needs to apply for the stimulus check. You qualify automatically if you meet the qualifications I've just covered and you are within the adjusted gross income limits. Let's go over what those income limits are. As an individual, your adjusted gross income must be at $75,000 or below to qualify for the $1,200. If you earn more than that, the total amount you're eligible to receive will begin to decrease. For every $100 that you earn above $75,000, your stimulus check will be reduced by $5. At $99,000, you phase out entirely and will not receive a check. If you are a single parent filing head of household, you can qualify for the full $1,200 if your income is below $112,500. At $136,500, you phase out and will not receive a check. For a married couple to qualify for a full $2,400 check, they must have earned $150,000 or less. If they make above $150,000, then their check will also be reduced by $5 for every $100 they make over $150,000. At $198,000, they phase out entirely and will not receive a check. You can find your adjusted gross income on line 8B of your 2019 1040 federal tax return. Now, what about dependents? How will they affect your stimulus check? If you claim a dependent who is under age 17 on your taxes, then you will also receive an additional $500 for that dependent. Now, some parents claim their adult children on their taxes. These dependents would not qualify for their own $1,200 check because they're someone else's dependent. And the parent claiming that dependent would also not qualify for the extra $500 check because the dependent is 17 or older. This will affect a lot of parents with children in college because they still claim those kids as dependents, but the kids are over 17. It could also affect anyone who is supporting an adult with a disability or an elderly family member who is a dependent. There are a few other exceptions to who is eligible for a stimulus check. People who are behind on their child support payments may not receive a stimulus check or could receive a reduced check. The legislation included waivers for people who are behind on student loans or taxes, but did not specifically mention any waivers for people who are behind on child support. Hopefully, we'll have more clarification on that soon. Homeless individuals may also not receive a check if they haven't earned wages or filed taxes in recent years, or if the government has no known address for them. And because you need to have a Social Security number to qualify for a stimulus check, non-resident aliens will not be eligible to receive a check, even if they do have children who do have a Social Security number. Now, what actions can you take to help ensure that you get a stimulus check, assuming that you are eligible for one? It's pretty simple. If you haven't already filed taxes for 2018 or 19, you should go ahead and file taxes as soon as possible. Here's something else that you should know. Your stimulus check is actually a tax credit to your 2020 tax bill. The government is just giving it to you ahead of time. They have to base this credit on your 2019 or 2018 income, so this means there could be some adjustments once you file your 2020 taxes. Be sure to ask your tax advisor about this if your 2020 income will be significantly different from what you've earned in recent years. There's one last thing I also want to cover about the stimulus legislation, and that is the unemployment benefits. The stimulus package beefed up unemployment benefits as well. People who qualify for unemployment benefits can receive up to $600 more per week in unemployment benefits, in addition to whatever stimulus check that they receive. The bill also expands the number of weeks in which you can receive unemployment benefits. You may be eligible to receive unemployment benefits for an extra 13 weeks beyond the normal period. Unemployment benefits are state regulated, so whether you qualify for the extra benefit and how much you qualify to receive will all depend on your state's regulations. Check with your local unemployment office to learn what extra benefits you might qualify for under this new bill. And if you haven't already, be sure to check out our other video discussing the basics of the stimulus checks and Medicare's expanded telehealth services as well.